Hey there, guys. Hello and welcome to live coding session and Apex Scanner Foundation, where we collectively bring you the LCS project week. Yeah, man, I'm super excited, and I hope you are too. And for those of us who don't know what we are talking about, some days ago we held a post on our Telegram page, right, where we were like, we are going to work on a project. So which project should we work on, right? Everybody had their view. We held a post, and at the end we selected something, right? So this is the poll, right? We had 5 options here, right? The first option was a chat app, right, with all the functionalities of WhatsApp, with a fully functional backend, right? So if this was to be selected, we were going to clone WhatsApp, a web version of WhatsApp, right? And basically use it on our phone, and basically you can send messages, you can actually post status, something like that, right? We were going to clone WhatsApp if this was selected, right? But then 15% of you guys went for this, and we did not select this, right? Second option was an e-commerce website, right? So we were going to make an e-commerce website. An e-commerce website is a site where you can actually post product and sell, right? So people can go on the product and buy what the users have posted, right? Or the admin has posted, right? So this is an e-commerce website where you can add, delete, and edit products, right? So if this was to be selected, we were going to make an e-commerce website. 23% of you guys went for an e-commerce website, right? So it was not selected, right? We move on to the third option, which was build a 2D game, right? A cross-platform 2D game, right? When we talk about when you say something that's cross, what did I say? Cross what? I mean, when you say something that's cross-platform, it means it works on every platform, right? That explained it in there. I meant, let's say you can use it on iOS, you can use it on Android, you can use it on Mac, you can use it on Windows, any other operating system, you can use it on, right? So a cross-platform 2D game, right? And 17% of you guys went for it. I was actually rooting for that one, but then it didn't come to pass, right? So then the fourth option was 5 front-end projects, right? An e-commerce front end, a blog site front end, cloning YouTube and Instagram's front end, plus hosting, right? So we are going to make all these front ends and actually host it, right? So you can actually send the link to anyone to actually preview it. We are going to teach how you can do this free hosting. You can host for free, right? Just 19% of you guys went for this option, and we didn't select this, right? So now we went for the final is what we went for, right? It was like build and deploy an app for mobile and desktop, right? The app to be built will be decided on a vote. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to build and deploy an app for mobile and desktop. That means a cross-platform app, right? And the app to be built will be decided on the vote. I know that's what I said, but then I realized we are going to hold another post, and it's going to take time for people to vote, and it's basically going to waste our time before we decide on what we're going to do, and kind of messy, right? And besides, I don't want someone saying let's build something like GTA 5 or something massive. Big man, who's going to do that job here? Like, you get me? I don't want someone to see it something very complex, and it will be messy. Like, organizing all those info will be messy. So then I decided that we're going to build an app of apps, right? What I mean by an app of apps is an app that contains the functions of a lot of apps, right? An app that can do basically everything, right? A combination of multiple apps, right? An app of apps, like the God of War, like, I don't know how to put it, right? I hope you guys get me, right? So that's what we're going to do, right? So everybody gets a bite, right? So yeah, that's the LCS project week, right? So for the app you're going to build the LCS blog app, right? It's very exciting. What we mean by a blog app is a blog app is an app that is used for posting news, right? But then we're not going to make just a blog app. The blog app is just the name, right? It's going to have tons and tons of functionalities. Camera is going to have microphone access. It's going to be able to, like, tons of functionalities. Probably we might even add some Bluetooth functionality somewhere, right? So we're going to make this a very powerful app, right? That's the LCS blog app for you, right? It's going to be very powerful and massive, right? So let's see first. Let's go back a little bit and see what app development is all about, right? We don't want to rush things here. What is app development, right? So now we have some tools for app development, right? So tools for app development, there are a lot of tools out there, right? First of all, we are going to touch on these one after the other. We have Adobe PhoneGap, right? Adobe PhoneGap was a powerful tool. I don't know how to put it, but then it was working since I know, but then recently 2022, the beginning of the year, I think it just ended it. Adobe wasn't supporting PhoneGap anymore. What PhoneGap does is you can just make a website, right? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? Your normal website, you cannot choose not to even add JavaScript, and just make your HTML and CSS website, and you can on the official PhoneGap website, you just upload it, and it will convert it into an APK file. An APK file is the installable file for Android, and you can just install it on any Android device, and you'll be good to go, right? But then 2022 January thereabouts, they stopped supporting it, so it doesn't work anymore. But from the speculations I've been hearing, on the news I've been hearing, by the end of the year hopefully they are going to bring it back at the end of the year, right? That's 2022, right? Let's move on to Xamarin with C# or Ruby. So Xamarin was developed by Microsoft. That's the Microsoft app development tool, right? It's a very powerful tool, but then the popularity has been declining for some time now, so it's not going to die anytime soon then, but then it's not as popular as it used to be, right? Now let's move on to the boss, as React Native with JavaScript, right? So now I think the Flutter guys will beat me on this one, right? React Native is a very, very powerful tool, and so far the most popular, how do I put that? The most popularist, I don't know how to put it, but then it is very popular, right? The app development tool, and it's a build once, use anywhere, right? Once you create a React Native code, you can deploy it on iOS, Android, and Mac, and even Windows, right? So any platform you can just use it without having to add any additional code, right? It is totally platform independent and write once, use anywhere. Now let's move on to Flutter. Flutter is a very powerful tool, right? It was made by Google, right? The programming language used there is that React Native was made by Facebook and Xamarin is made by Microsoft. So these three are basically the top app development tools you can see or use in 2022, right? Yeah. So now Flutter with that is a very powerful tool, and Flutter was made by Google. I think I've mentioned that, and it is also a write once, use anywhere programming tool, right? Once you write the code, you can deploy on Android, iOS, or any platform, and you can still use it without having to change anything, right? So those are the three top programming app development tools, right? Let's move on to Unity 3D. Unity 3D is a game engine, right? It's a very, very powerful game engine. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you're playing some games, when you open a game, it will be like made with Unity. If you've noticed that, then that is the Unity we are talking about. The programming language used here is C# or C++, right? So if you are good in C++ or C#, big man, go for Unity 3D, right? It's a game development engine, but then I won't say it is easy, right? But it being hard doesn't mean it is difficult. It is not difficult. If you want to go for it, just put time and effort into it and you'll be good to go, right? There we go on to Pwa Is, right? Pwa is not a tool, it is more or less like a method, right, for app development, right? We will talk about Pwa Is in some time, right? In a short time, right? So let's move on to Accelerator Titanium with JavaScript. Now we see here JavaScript has appeared a couple of times, right? So JavaScript is a very powerful tool, right, or a programming language that I think you should go for, right? If you want to learn a programming language, JavaScript should be one, because it is basically used everywhere, right? So before Microsoft came in with Xamarin and Facebook came in with React Native and Google came in with Flutter, this was what was basically trending, right? Accelerator Titanium. It is a cross-platform app development tool. You can do basically everything, and it was, but now I think it's not really being used anymore, but it's still very powerful. It's just not as popular as it used to be, right? And let's move on to Corona, right? Corona is it's not a disease, right? Corona is a 2D game engine, right? So you can make a 2D game, right, with Corona, right? When we talk about 2D games, like, I don't know how to explain it, two-dimensional games, a game with just a flat surface, like games like Killer Bean Unleashed, how do I put it, any 2D game, it's not a 3-dimension. The camera doesn't move in 3 dimensions, it just moves front and back, backward or forward, like in that direction. It's a 2D game. So any game of that sort, you can make it with Corona. Corona is very, very simple to learn. It's you can make the game in C programming language. It's very simple to learn, right? It's made with Lua. Lua is more or less an extension of the C programming language. So these are the tools, and they are very powerful tools, and you can just go for any of them, right? So these are the tools for app development, right? So big man, if you are interested in any one of them, these are the tools you are supposed to go for. But then React Native is the most popular of them all, right? React Native and Flutter, let me put it that way, right? So React Native and Flutter, you are learning JavaScript or that, right? Any one of them you can go and you'll be good to go, right? So that's it for tools for app development, right? So now let's move on to the components of our app, the app we are going to make. What are the components of the app? What are we going to do? I said we are going to make an app of apps, right? An app of apps. So first of all, the functions or the functionalities of our app is, the first one is we are going to have a sign in and sign up feature, right? Sign up and sign in, user identification and authentication. What we mean by this is when you open the app for the first time, you're going to be able to sign in or sign up, right? So if you don't have an account, you sign up. If you have an account, you sign in. And once you sign in, once you sign up, you can sign in on any other device. Maybe you have a laptop, you can sign in on the laptop. you can sign in on a friend's phone and same account, and you'll be greeted as that same personality, right? So welcome back, maybe Divine, welcome back, right? So it's going to be you now anywhere you sign in, right? So that's the first functionality of our app, right? Second is you'll be able to post blogs or news articles and upload them with images or documents, right? So this is a blog app, right? So when you sign in, you can sign in as a user, you can sign up as a user or a blogger, right? If you sign in as a blogger, you can post blogs or news, right? You can add images, right? And do whatever you want. Any article you want to post, you can just post it, right? So the app is also going to have a camera access, right? I told you we're going to build an app of apps. We're going to take different components and or put it into our app, right? So it's going to have camera access. What we mean by camera access is, let's say this is a news app, right? So let's say you are moving about, you see something, a video, you want to take a video. You don't have to go to your phone camera and your phone's camera and open it and record and save before you come and post it. You can just open the app. There will be a camera feature inside our app where you can just record whatever you want to record or take a picture of whatever you want to take a picture of and use it and post it, right? So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to build a camera app within our app, right? We're also going to have microphone access, right? So let's say you see a news, right? You see something, right? Or you can't just type, you want to record a voice, right? So you can use your microphone, device microphone, and capture and post voice notes, right? So news is not going to be just text. We can have voice notes, right? And you can post it as a blogger and people can listen to it and like, comment, whatever you think you want to do, right? So then users can like, comment and forward blogs, right? So once you are scrolling through all the news, you can just be going all the news that have been posted, you can like it, you can comment on it, you can forward it, right? So it's like Facebook, you can like it. I don't know, we're going to make a double tap or make a like. You can just any idea you think you want to add, right? You can just tell us and we will just incorporate it in there, right? So we are within the app, right? And we're going to have a blog view count feature. What do I mean by this? You can actually, anytime, let's say you post a blog, anytime someone views that particular blog, it's going to be counted. So it can be like you have 3,000 views, you have 4,000 views, something of that sort, right? We're going to implement the blog views count feature here. You can hold discussions or forum. Anyone can just hold a discussion or forum. You can just say, you can just post something like what is the best programming language 2022, right? And anyone can just come and comment and you can discuss, and within that everyone can see everyone's message, right? You can discuss, let's say, I think the best programming language is C++. Someone will be like, it is, let's say, JavaScript, and you can give reasons, and within that you will be learning, right, together, right? And users can send and receive messages. That's a chatting feature, right? So we are also building a chat app within this blog app, right? You can, anyone who is registered on the app, you can chat like a normal WhatsApp chat, right? It's going to be something of that sort, right? It's going to be very exciting, right? And you can share blogs to other apps. So let's say you have the blog, you want to post it to Facebook, you want to share it on WhatsApp, you want to tweet it, right? You can still do that within the app, right? So it's going to have that feature, and we have plus here. This is not LGBTQ plus. This is plus. That means any other feature you watching this video you think we should add. Big man, we are totally open. We are open for ideas. Bring any idea and we definitely implement it within this app, right? So we're going to add, if you think we should add something, just say it and we will definitely add it, right? So those are the features we are going to be in this particular app, right? Plus, right? We're going to add everything. Without wasting much time, that is the LCS blog app for you, right? And the particular tool we are going to use for this particular how do we call it, app is you see, I've said a lot of features, right? All these features is going to take time to build them, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use what we call a PWA to build this particular file, right? Or this particular app. PWA is a progressive web app, right? It is an app that can be installed on your phone and used offline and online, right? Under any conditions, right? I have an article here that talks about PWAs. It can be used offline, online. Like, let me give you the article and let's see what PWA is all about. So this is a PWA, right? So to put it simple, a PWA provides you with the look and feel of a native application along with a much better operating system integration, right? On top of that, this technology keeps the benefits of being fast and always up to date, right? That is the reason we are going for this app. It's very fast and it is always up. You can keep it up to date. So anytime I update it, right, you can see the changes wherever you are. Whereas in a native app, when you update something, the person has to re-download the app in order to see the update, right? But since we are going to be making this app with lots and lots of features, all these features, we are not going to make it once at a time. We are going to add features as we go along, right? We want all those features to be seen and visible wherever you are, right? I mean, anytime the change is made, you are going to see the change, right? So that's why we're going for a progressive web app, right? I hope my point is clear, right? So that's a progressive web app for you, right? So let me give you examples of apps that uses progressive web apps. So let's see, I have an article here. So we have Starbucks, we have BMW, their app is a PWA, right? We have Uber has a PWA, progressive web app. Pinterest, I know we all know Pinterest, progressive web app. Spotify uses progressive web app. We also have Twitter. You see, this is a native Twitter application, right? It is 60 megabytes. The Twitter Lite, which is progressive, is a progressive web app, is 1.3 megabytes, right? So we see the difference, right? It is very light, but then it works online, offline. Progressive web apps are very powerful. There are lots of you can do your own research. Jumia uses a progressive web app. There are lots of apps that uses Alibaba, that guy who's rich. I almost said that word. Walmart, a whole lot of apps, right? Financial Times, we can go on and on and on. You can do your own research about PWAs, right? So that's the tool we are going to use, right? And I'm really hoping you guys will bring in your ideas so we make this app bigger and bigger, right? So we are going to start this app. It's going to be a tutorial video, right? I'm not going to start anything without you guys. We are going to do it together, right? Any mistake we make, we are going to make it together. We're going to build the app from scratch, from total scratch to a full app, right? We're going to do this, and you can ask questions in between the videos, right? The videos are going to be posted, different videos, right? Yeah, that's what we're going to do, and I hope you guys are excited. We're going to start the LCS blog app. But then as you are coding along with me, you don't have to do whatever I do, right? If you feel you want to change something, for example, you can change the name of the app, the logo, you can change it, the icon for the app, whatever you want, just make the app your own. You don't have to do whatever I do. If you feel like there is a feature you don't want in your app, you can just take that part out of your app, right? And if you want to add something else, feel free, bro. Let's make this work, right? And before I end, I have to acknowledge some people, right? Most of the time I am the one talking, but then there is a team, right? The live coding session family and Apex Ghana is a team, right? And I have to acknowledge some people, right? So David Shalom, my big man, we have Aliko Grace, we have Yao Kenneth, right? So they are all of K University, and myself, right? I am Divine, and we are going to make this work, right? So big up, guys. Thank you very much. And we are going to actually host this particular app before we finish, right? We're not going to finish before we host it. We get to some parts, we will just host it, and we actually, that's the purpose of the progressive web app. You can actually make updates without having to reinstall the app over and over again, right? So we will host the app, and anyone, anywhere, anyone can access the app, and we can actually preview it on different devices and see the mistakes, and we can make changes. This is the beauty of this whole thing, right? So yeah, guys, let's end this, right? See you on the next video. Thank you very much.